There was a rawness and intimacy, not just in the performances of the lead characters, especially the lead subject as she goes through her depression. But I thought in the cinematography approach, I thought there was a great sense of sort of being trapped and contained that was reflected in the framing of the piece. That was also sort of reflected as the as her depression progressed through the middle of the piece, and we got to her having to reunite with her ex. And I thought that the framing and the visual approach of their relationship in this new context, I thought had a lot of symbolic and thematic overtones that I thought made a lot of sense. The color corrected aesthetic of the piece made it feel like it was both the past memory and the present, and I thought that the themes around the jars and the collections of the memories sort of affected the aesthetic of the overall piece in a way that was used to reinforce some of the thematic ideas about what the subject was going through in love, relationships, and identity in general that I thought was interesting and worked well, especially given the short time frame.
It does a really good job of portraying struggles and the importance of support systems and love. And for me, the escalation and the reveal of the meanings of the jars was really emotional to me. I think that this piece was full of vulnerability, and I saw that depicted through, what the actors' actions and also just the intentionality behind everything. And so when we got to this culmination of this dance sequence, knowing what that means from the jars and the escalation that happens after that, I think that dance sequence was extremely emotional and vulnerable, and it felt a little bittersweet, but I think it also opened us up to hope.
The nostalgia of memories that never were. The central relationship in this I thought was played really well. The two actresses had a really great chemistry. I loved seeing them interact with each other, especially at the end with the dance. The message about, nostalgia for what could have been hurts my heart because I feel that's so much. The color scheme in this film was really cool. The way they did it, it was, the darker greens and grays. It almost felt like, in a film when you're seeing a character's memory, sort of that look to it, the aged, more dull, photographic look, almost as if we were watching a memory itself, which I thought was cool. The collection of memories that she reads off, how each jar has, the memories inside. I thought that was a really powerful way to show her going through her memories. That was a really cool concept. So yeah, the central relationship was really, the chemistry was great in this.
I like how the film is color corrected to be very green. The color can mean many things, prosperity to most, but also hope. And that's what we see with the main actress. The story unfolds midway, and I feel her character got positive development when she had enough courage to let her ex stay with her so she can explain the jars. I thought the jars being keepers of memories is a very bittersweet and original idea.
Abandonment and loss and grief and recovering from all of that. And the one thing that stood out to me right off the bat is the lighting and the coloring of this film. Uh, it's a very dreary and depressing shade of green, and I feel like it encapsulates the kind of forlorn vibe that this film is giving, especially with the premise. She's getting evicted, and the only person she can turn to is the person who essentially abandoned her. Uh, and I feel like the lighting and also the set dressing too, the mise en scène really helps bring home just how much this is eaten away at her.
Good opening scene in this drama of a relationship that has broken up, and the young woman at the center is really struggling. We quickly realize just how far she is sinking when she phones a friend. So we watch Adelaide get out her jars. I thought that was such a unique way to show how to represent memories. And her ex-girlfriend listens to her tell the story about the memories. I like that it was treated with such sensitivity and that it was all done in this one apartment. The friend or the ex-girlfriend is supportive, even though the relationship is over. I think that's key in this story particularly.
I love the title as we learn that what it refers to and the importance of dialogue and understanding the expectations in a relationship. It's so cute, especially when scenes of a young love are described and the nostalgic element on that conversation, the whole jar collection, it's just precious, and I loved that scene where they are dancing. It was very romantic as well.